What up? Welcome to another episode of No Filters Podcast. I am your host, Drew. You can find me at Father Drew on Instagram and Twitter. This is my lovely co-host,
India. You can follow me on Instagram or Twitter at India Glow Up.
And you can find us online on Instagram at No Filters Podcast, YouTube, No Filters Podcast, Facebook. It's all the same thing.
And
No
Instagram.
Filters Podcast.
Exactly. Yes. So
right.
Make sure you check us out.
So check us out, like, share, and subscribe.
Yes.
So
today's topic for Unfiltered is going to be talking about what was it? I'm sorry.
So we have a little segment on our show we like to call Unfiltered, where we go unfiltered about whatever topic that we can think of. And today we're going unfiltered about Libras. So
the best.
The best sign.
Absolutely. Amazing sign.
So today we have with us our producer, Reggie, who's also a Libra.
What's up, y'all?
And your birthday's when? October
13th.
When's yours?
October 14th.
Mine's the 21st.
21st. And then we have Tali with us.
Yes.
Hey.
And her birthday is?
The best day ever. The 13th.
Day before the best day, but it's all good.
Yeah.
It's all good. It's close enough.
Right.
I still give you props for that.
Reg was supposed to back me up. That's our birthday.
He got quiet. He knows.
I
He
know,
knows.
right?
He knows what day it is.
Don't even back me up now. It's too
He
late.
knows what time it is.
I can't
14th.
get too late. I can't get too late.
Too late.
It's the 14th. There's nothing better. I call myself King Libra. I almost put that as my sign on my deck. King Libra.
You know what?
October 14th.
That's why he unbalanced.
Yes,
You see it
yes,
already.
exactly. Big energy. You know what I mean? So yeah, but about our unfiltered topic of the day is about how flirtatious we are known to be. And everybody's opinion on a personal level and the Libras that you know.
Yeah.
So what's your stance?
So, I mean, Libras flirt the same way in which we talk, right? We flirt the way we breathe. Like, I don't think it's anything intentional ever, but we communicate in a certain style that is portrayed and identified apparently as flirting.
Correct. I know for me, like, I'm sure you guys heard of the saying touchy-feely person.
Mm-hmm.
That is definitely the definition of who I am. That's how I speak to people. And I just really think it has a lot to do with sincerity. Like, I'm just trying to be sincere and actually display that. But a lot of the same sex and opposite sex can take that as a flirtatious or I want them. And it's like, no, that's just how I communicate.
But you know what? You have the freedom to do that being a woman. Because I don't have the freedom no matter how sincere I want to be. And I can be sincere. I can't be touchy-feely.
Yeah, that's true.
No, I cannot.
No, you're right. I didn't think about that, but that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. We have
especially
a freedom.
today in 2021.
Yes.
Nah.
Yeah.
I will cancel myself all the way out. I'm just delete my whole name until I don't exist. If I were to be a touchy-feely Libra.
Right, I understand.
You know
But you
what I mean?
still are a flirtatious one, right?
Allegedly. Allegedly. And so we have our production crew. We got
Yes.
Tali, we got Reg, we got Libras. So we want to invite them to this conversation. So what do y'all think about the how we are identified as being flirty, and what are other characteristics of Libras that might get
A bad
misunderstood?
rep. Yes, exactly.
Cheaters. Liars.
Wow. I
Damn,
haven't heard of that one.
Whoa,
Why you
wow.
say
I was
it
like,
that?
wow.
You said it like you're not one of us. Like,
I said it with
I was like, yeah, right.
Wait. Y'all took it the wrong way. I said it with Anchor. That was Anchor. Like, that's what they call us. Cheaters. Liars.
Oh,
I'm not
they
a
call
liar.
us-
I'm
they
brutally
call us.
honest. It's just if you want to take my honesty as a lie because it hurts,
Yeah.
take it the way you
Yes.
take it. But I'm not lying.
Right.
I'm telling the honest truth.
Like I
Absolutely.
know I don't have a lot of friends because of my honesty.
Me too.
Like I definitely have identified that, and I'm okay with that because I only want quality over quantity any day of the week.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
Absolutely.
what's your interpretation? Like, how do you feel?
I see. I wear my heart on my sleeve, but I know that, so there's a level of protection that comes with that, right?
Mhm.
Like, I'm gonna tell you how I feel, but it's guarded with just in case it's not reciprocated, right? Because the other thing is expectation. Like I try not to have an expectation of expecting myself on others because Libras are special. But, and not everybody is a Libra, so you can't expect everybody to have that same outcome. Mm-hmm. So because of level of defense, but I think piggybacking off what Tali says, I think there is a bad rap with Libras. Like I think we are really affectionate. We are flirtatious. Look, I can't help it. If I see a beautiful woman, I gotta compliment. That's just that's.
I do the same. If I see a beautiful woman,
thank you.
Exactly.
Oh my God,
like,
yes.
I don't think
it's not even.
It's nothing.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with
I walked
sex.
up and complimented.
You did, yes, and I was like, I love your hair. Like, yay.
I don't think it has to do with the opposite sex. Like I talk to everybody.
Right.
Yeah.
Like my wife was saying the other day, like I'm the type of person, if I go into the supermarket, I'm talking to everybody in line. If there's a line, then I'm talking to everybody. If we in Lowe's or Home Depot, I'm talking to the person. I'm asking information about them. She's like, look, this might look a certain way because we came in here for hardware. Stop. We came in here for blinds. we came in here for a specific reason.
Yeah, it's better.
That's better?
Yes.
All right, good. That's better. We came in here for a specific reason, right? And you're talking to this person, you're asking her all about her life and this, that, and the third. But I do the same thing with dudes. Like, I talk to people around me. I feel like it's almost like a level of anxiety. I don't like the silence. And so my anxiety makes me talk. It's almost my defense mechanism.
Yeah, I think so too.
To feel comfortable. Like I feel more comfortable talking, even if I don't got nothing to talk about. I'll find something to talk about than sitting in silence.
Oh my God.
I'd rather be awkward. Like and talk about retarded stuff.
No, seriously. And then I also will invite people into a conversation
that I don't
Y'all
know.
do that too?
I'm like, hey.
I'm like, yes, did you see this? Like, and I'm like,
just
looking at the
friendly.
person. Yes, exactly. So it's funny that we all do that. So that's dope. That's definitely dope.
But that's definitely a trait.
Yeah. But I could understand for those who aren't like us.
Special.
Shout out to my man Q.
Shout out to Q.
The other production crew.
Part of the production crew.
Absolutely.
My main man. But he's not one of us today. He's way overpowered by Libras.
Yes, today, definitely.
He like put his seat all the way in the corner. I think it's
purposeful, actually.
That's the result. Nah, Q's good people.
Yeah,
He's
all
cute.
day.
He can dish it just like he takes it.
I mean, he's a Laker fan, but he's all right.
Pause. Yeah. But so what about how they? I mean, for people who don't understand how we communicate, like how do they see us? Like, is it just flirt? Because I don't even think it's flirting. I think it's identified as flirting. Yeah, which is different.
Right, and I think like especially when it comes to like your significant other, because we talk about relationships, right? Like your significant other also should know your character.
Oh, I'm the mayor in my house.
So it's like
it's like everywhere we go. Damn, Reggie, it's either you know everybody or everybody knows you. Yeah. And it's like, I can't help that.
You are who you are. Absolutely.
I am who I am.
Yeah.
But I've never personally had an issue with that. I think just because, like most Libras, I've always been inviting. Hey, this is my wife. And then before you know it, we kicking it. Yeah. We busted it up. And so, for me, it's always been like, yeah, this is me, but you can be a part of this. You know what I mean? Like, you can come on in, join in.
I mean, and that's what we do as Libras. We try and include people.
Right?
Right? We want people included in what it is that we're doing. Right. So especially with our spouses, even if they're not, even if that's not them.
Right. We want to help them.
Or we want to do something that's like something that they like.
Yeah,
just
like
so
to accommodate.
Exactly.
Yes, exactly.
But we also want them to join the festivities of life and engagement and networking and connecting the way that we do. And I had to realize, even for my wife, like, all right, like I throw parties all the time. she'll be in bed before it's over. And she's not saying goodbye. Like, she'll go upstairs like, I'll be right back and put the kids to sleep. And that's all, folks.
Right. No, I feel you. Like, even the saying goodbye thing. Like, when I'm at a party, I'm going to say goodbye to everybody that I have talked to.
My
And then, like,
Full conversation.
my ex-husband was like, yo, just leave. And I'm like, I can't. What do you mean? Like, we talked. Like, we connected. Like,
Where's the friends? We met in the bathroom.
Listen, that's what my wife
Facts.
when we first started talking, and we were at church. It was time to leave church. She's like, you gotta talk to everybody. Like, everybody.
Yo, and I think church sometimes is the worst too, especially like when you're known. It's like everybody.
You can't ever
wants to
get
talk
out.
to
Like,
you, It's
yo.
like,
If you make eye contact with somebody,
Oh, it's
It's
over. Yo.
then you gotta go talk to them.
Oh, my
'Cause
gosh.
You can't make eye contact and then
Yes.
just keep
Preacher
going.
going to pray. Hey, now.
Yes.
Come here, girl.
Right, I ain't seen you in a minute yet.
I haven't
You
seen you
looking
since
good.
you
Like,
was this high.
The old ladies used to give me compliments. Oh, you look so good.
Pinch your cheeks.
I used to love that because in the other episode we talking about compliments. Like, I love compliments. Right? The old
But who
ladies
doesn't,
definitely.
right?
Old ladies.
Like-
They were the old church mothers. They definitely picked me up, man. It made me feel good.
That's what's up.
But I would love to talk. Like, it would be. She like, we were here hours after service ended. Like, can we just go? You have to say goodbye to everyone. Like, you gonna see them next week.
So that could have been like, just like I said, like a conflict. Like, have you guys noticed like your flirtation with anyone you dated, not necessarily having to be your wife now, but just period in your history? Have you guys ever had like that be an offense to someone that you're dating, or you know what I'm saying? Like, and then I guess because of their own insecurities, this is my reasoning. It's like, because you have an insecurity, when you're trying to put that on me.
But
that's my like
everything.
that's how I analyze. Excuse me.
No, I hear you, but I don't think everything is because of their insecurity.
No, but I'm talking about just about the flirtatious part of like me.
But we're good at it. We're too good at it.
We are.
We're great at it.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it really is. And so it would create insecurities for someone who's
Because
who's
we're
not
so-
insecure.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Because
Like,
we're at
it'll-
another level with it.
We're at
It's
another
true.
level of it,
Yeah.
and we're not trying to do
Confident.
it.
We're not even doing it on purpose.
We're
right.
not doing it on purpose. Like,
Right.
we're just able to move a certain way and to talk a certain way, and it can be uncomfortable for significant others.
Yeah.
And we also have an expectation with it too, right? It's like, yo, you don't feel this game I'm kicking to you right
Yeah,
now?
I want you to like
yo,
me.
Like, I'm
I just said no.
No.
right
Yeah.
now.
Like, where's the game at? Show me.
Right, like-
Show me this game.
You know, but not necessarily game, but it's more so like I'm putting myself out here.
For the record, I did not say game. I said it was unintentional. I like to specify what I said. To the people out there. To the people out there on Earlham Terrace by the name of Chevis. I just want to specify.
That was good. Nice save. Nice save.
Definitely nice save.
That was clean.
I ain't kicking no game.
When I was
Right, prior to, okay, relation, like my marriage. Okay?
Long
when
before.
I was.
When I was like 18. Like, you know?
Now you got to explain.
Yeah.
Back in middle school.
Yeah, right.
See, what had happened was.
So you know it wasn't.
Right.
Nah, but.
No,
but you want to be liked.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
you want,
Right,
like.
right. There's an
we
expectation
want
that comes
that.
like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
right.
like we want to be accepted. We want to be liked. We want to feel that.
Right. But we also have to be respectful of the other person because we know we have that power, right? It's like we got to be cognizant of like, all right, especially if your spouse or significant other expresses their like, yo, why you gotta all the time or talking to such and such? Like, you really always have to be this way or that way. And it's like, okay, now that you said something, because this is who I am, like, I didn't know that it was offending you or affecting you, but now that I know, it's like, okay, I'm going to be cognizant of it because this is who I am, so therefore I have to kind of curtail that in order to satisfy you if you know that the complaint that they have is legit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it
But you
can't
have-
just
yeah,
be
'cause
on
you have
some
to-
jealous shit.
you have to
Excuse
learn
my
that.
language, but you
No,
know what I'm
Nah,
saying?
but
Like,
you're
yeah.
right. Like it's something that you learn.
Yes,
Like
absolutely.
you learn that okay, this is actually something that I'm good at, even if it's unintentional.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then you have to try and curtail that as much as possible to not get the response
That is going to.
that you're not looking for.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
So today's podcast episode is going to be about girl code and guy code. And the things that actually are intertwined with those things, like the rules that we mutually share.
Yeah.
So our first rule is not dating exes of friends.
Not dating.
So like my girlfriend, like, you know, me and her is cool and she breaks up with her boyfriend. I can't just go and be like, hey girl, so you good with me talking to such and such? Like, even though y'all had like a 10-year relationship, you could look good. Like, no. Like that's a girl code / guy code. Like we just aren't supposed to do that, right?
I believe so.
Right.
I mean, do you believe in girl code, guy code?
I strongly believe in girl code.
Strongly.
Yeah,
Yes.
Ty?
Yes.
Yeah.
You too, Rod?
Yeah, it's definitely girl.
Like,
There's
don't
definitely
smile in
guy
my
code.
face and try
There's
to-
definitely
Yeah,
guy code.
absolutely.
With anything I got, because you're going to catch these hands. I'm
Right.
being serious.
So does it matter to you
Nah,
the kind of content of that friendship? Like if it's like a colleague versus a friend versus an associate? Like with that same rule of them trying to date or going after somebody that you were with?
Now you're asking Libras.
Yes, I'm
Questions.
asking
Yeah.
Libras, yeah.
All right.
So
yeah, all my colleague.
ain't no pics.
Yeah, all of them.
Okay, I just
Nah.
want to make
Each
sure.
one of them was
Like,
Everybody
it's
can
important
get it.
to-
Yeah, I got
Everybody-
2 hands for each one of them.
Yeah,
eyes closed. Whoever's in the-
Elbows, knees.
Yes,
like,
exactly.
Y'all all catching
But we
it.
gotta go. We gotta hit all bases. You know what I mean?
I'm
We gotta
hitting
go
all of them.
all-
Neck, chest, stomach, knees. I'm
We're
going
gonna
for it.
have conversations.
Yeah.
and-
Reggie, you
and-
quiet over there. What's your opinion?
No, see, I was just I can tell Tully had a lot to say with this topic.
Yes,
No.
I did.
No, it's definitely got cool. You know, you got your bros, and you know what I mean, you got your homies, you got your fellas, and obviously, you know, they got significant others, and regardless of the outcome of that, the code is always that's off limits.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Regardless of even if there is separation or breakup,
Yeah.
that's off limits.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So.
So it's
that's
that
just-
simple.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that-
I feel you.
yeah,
No,
and
it's
that's
no,
just
I
that
feel that.
simple. And
Right.
it's one of those codes that can easily get broken,
Easily.
but it's also once it's broken, it's like all trust is out.
Oh
the window.
yeah, oh yeah,
You know
you're
what I'm
done.
saying? It's
Like
like-
in my book,
Yeah.
Ain't
Yeah,
nothing to
and
say.
that's
and
probably
that's-
one of the more slimiest things
yo,
that you
could
do.
ever do.
Mhm.
Absolutely,
Really could.
absolutely.
I mean, that goes back to another podcast that we did talking about breaking off your friendship.
right, right.
Like that's one of the things.
That will get
Clean
you
break.
cut. Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Beat.
And
Damn.
and these hands. Like I'm gonna break up with you,
I'm-
but these
I'm a-
hands they gonna see you.
These
Right.
hands gonna connect with
They
you
gonna see you
always.
I'm a
anytime
little
they
bit more
see you.
non-violent. I'm gonna keep it a being with y'all. You got to do something really extra because I'm like peace and love, like real
Aw.
talk. But like it has
Me
to
too.
be
I'm peace
to
and
an
love.
extent where it's like blatant disrespect. Like, oh, I caught y'all. Like now you're getting hands. Like
See me
that's
at-
simple. Like, but it has to be that blatant. It's not just like, oh, because I cannot mess with you, and you gonna feel more pain with that than anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I found out, I cut you off, I told you about it, and now you don't have a friendship in me anymore.
The cut
And I
off
think that's
for
more
me is-
valuable
But
than
if
anything.
you violate
you know?
like that, then going back to the early part of the conversation, being a Libra, like I'm going to try and I want you to know how I feel, even when I'm not around you.
Facts.
I want you to be thinking about
Yes.
me.
Facts.
Yeah.
I want you to be
Yes.
thinking about me when you go to sleep,
Yeah.
Facts.
when you wake up in the morning,
Yeah.
and I want your friends to be thinking about me. Your
Yo,
family
look
members, your
Oh
kids.
wow!
Everybody.
It's
That's
deep.
the Libra
You're
complex.
like-
Yeah. I mean, if
Libra
you cross me like that to make me
Like we beautiful.
to make me not want you to be my friend, like if you cause me to be your enemy
Yeah.
by
Everybody.
breaking a code and let me say this as a disclaimer, I may have unintentionally broken God code before, but trying to do the right thing. Like I threw myself in the fire to save somebody else, but I couldn't save him.
Yeah, but that's different though, because you were trying to help somebody.
Yeah,
Right?
it wasn't like
my intention.
Yeah.
Your intentions were as well.
But
Right.
because I wasn't on point like I should have been,
Right.
See,
Right.
that's another good quality.
I didn't
people
help
have,
as
good
much
heart.
as I thought I
Yes.
did. You know what I mean?
Yes, we do
I
have good
probably
hearts.
hurt more than I tried to help.
Right.
So
Yeah.
like, and we had conversations about it. Yeah, you broke God code. You like a young lady asked my man, like, yo, what about your guy? And I was like, look, I'm a shark in this water. We all sharks. You jumping in sharky water. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Murky water.
You jumping in shark infested water. So know
that's
that.
you know, that segues into permission. Like, what if they actually say, if it's I'll say outside of a friendship, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a colleague, okay, or an associate, and they're like, they come to you like, yo, like, if someone came to me about my ex-husband, do you
Trying to
Like,
any of my
date
all
your
day?
ex-husband?
Like, yeah, like, I mean, outside of friends, like my core friends, like if it's just a colleague or like associate, like, oh yeah, I've seen you a couple parties and we connected, and now I see, and she comes to me like, oh yeah, well, I mean, I really like, hey, do your thing.
Yes, that's
Had
how-
that trash. Like, I'm sorry, like,
right.
all day. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I'm
She
be
must
like,
be a recycler.
Yeah, like,
Trying to save stuff.
okay, seriously.
She done seen him at the company parties
Yeah,
too many times.
right. You got it all day.
I'm be like, cool, fine.
Mm-hmm.
But I hope you have insurance. 10, 20 year, even a 30-year policy will suffice, because I ain't gonna forget, and I'm gonna deal with it at some point.
Okay.
Either now or down the line, we're gonna have a conversation.
Even after you given him permission, or you wouldn't give permission? That's the question.
Give him permission for what? I
So
mean,
guess
if
that's
you
a
have
no
to,
for you.
that's gonna be
A hard no.
a hard no.
Mhm.
A friend of mine,
No. An acquaintance or a colleague.
if he had to ask permission, then he
Then
knew
you-
what it was.
Okay, that's a good. That's good too.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
Like,
true.
you know what it is. If you think you're close enough to me that you have to ask.
That's true.
Yeah.
You're already in violation if you
Yes.
ask.
You're already in
You're already
violation.
You
in
know
violation
that.
if you ask. Because
Yeah.
if
Right.
you have to ask, then you are aware of the God code. You're
Yeah.
aware of the code.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
If
facts.
it's when you don't
Yeah.
ask.
I make sure
You're
your kids
either-
are taken care of, but
I'd be stepdaddy of the year.
they don't call me Uncle Drew.
Oh no. No, ain't that how we start?
I'll make sure they
God.
fine, but yeah, we ain't gonna coexist on this earth.
So the
Say
second
no,
one.
I do not condone violence. I want to say for the
After
record.
all that, like,
Right.
After
He
all
was
that.
with me on beat.
These just jokes.
So what about pillow talk exceptions? So the next one's pillow talk. Okay.
There is no. First of all,
So are there exceptions when it comes to pillow talk?
no.
Don't believe it. Exceptional. That right there is like,
Nah.
period. Don't believe it. Women do not believe that pillow talk. Don't. They're going to bend you everything you want to hear, because you're in a comfortable spot. They comfortable. They about to go to sleep. They probably bust theirs. Like, don't believe it. Don't. Because half of the time, most of the time, and I'm going to say most of the time, I'm not going to say all the time, but most of it, it's bullshit. And they just want another piece of what they just got.
Nah, but all right, there's that. But when it comes to girl code, guy code, like pillow talk is when secrets get exposed.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And girls, first of all, pillow talk is. I'm sorry to be giving away so many jewels to you women, and I apologize to the fellas. Because
Disclaimer.
women, disclaimer, women talk to us at midnight for a reason when we have sleep. And they jump up right awake, like, yeah. They wait for us to close our eyes. They wait for that second, not even the first snore, like the second or third joint, just to make sure it's real. And then they tap us or nudge us or something so that we open our eyes and see them staring at us while they're sitting up in bed. And you're supposed to be lying, like, all right, I want to talk.
Oh my God, this sounds very.
That's
personal.
That's when they get everything out of us. Just because we're tired, sleepy. We want to go to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're not especially if you're not in a relationship, but you're pillow talking, it's a major violation.
But if you are, is an exception, because should a person already think and already know, like, okay, if I'm telling you this, I'm probably telling your spouse.
It depends on, if
you follow what I'm saying?
Yep.
You absolutely right.
Completely.
You know what I mean? So that's what I'm talking about as far as the exception goes, because if we're one and you know that as my friend, so if you're telling me something, best believe he's probably going to know.
Yeah.
Right? So that's the exception that I'm talking about as far as the rule goes of, like, not telling your secrets to your homies.
I mean,
you know what I mean?
For the most part, because if somebody tells me something and they say don't tell anybody, I'm not telling anybody.
It's not your business.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Because once it leaves my mouth, I don't have any control over that.
Right.
Right.
And so,
but you're telling me you've never told Chevis something that someone said, like, kind of confidentially, even if they didn't say don't say nothing to nobody, but you kind of expected it to be something confidential.
I mean, I won't give details.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, but you'll kind of, like, we'll still say it instead of actually telling them.
I mean, I say who.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I really, like, I'm a preacher's kid. Like, I grew up and I didn't have any business of my own. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I used to run into people talk about me all the time. And they still do.
Mm-hmm.
And so I really take privacy
To
really,
heart, yeah.
I take it to heart.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Understandable.
Especially when it comes to somebody's information. And I've had friends over the years who, I've had acquaintances who gossip.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Males and females.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to dip from those relationships.
Right, I understand.
And I was talking to somebody earlier, and she's like, whoever talks to people and says, whoever talks about their friends,
Mm-hmm.
will talk about
About
you.
you, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I added that whoever says, you can tell me anything,
Don't tell them nothing.
don't tell them
Exactly,
nothing. Because that means they
Nothing.
want to hear.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So that they can
Like,
relay it.
So that they
Yes.
can
The
relate.
wrong way.
They just want to know it. And if you just want to know it, it's because you want to share it.
And I think that's actually a rule that I've applied to everything. Like, if a
Yeah.
person boasts about anything, they ain't about it. Period.
Yeah.
Because you either going to walk it and not talk it, and let
Yeah.
your like seriously,
you're right.
and just let your things that you do be the example, right? So if I'm a trustworthy person, I don't have to say, "Oh, you can trust me."
Yeah.
No, you're going to see it. Like, you know what I mean? So I believe that when
Actions.
anyone says, "Oh, you can,"
Yep.
or "I'm here for," no,
Actions.
like, you know what I mean? Like, you're
Nah,
not.
I'm here for you is different.
No. Maybe that was the wrong choice of word,
Yeah.
but you guys understand what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
absolutely.
Some people just want a seat at the table just so they can say they were invited and tell a story.
Yes,
That's
facts.
it.
have a
Just so
picture
they
of
can
the
tell
plate.
their own story.
Facts.
And those
Yeah.
Or
are the ones
apply
you
their
gotta
own story to
apply
it.
their own story, right?
Yes.
Like, perspective is so important in
Mhm.
life because it's the difference between how you see it versus how I see it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
And there's so many people that fly under the radar that, you know, you invite them in your space the whole time. They just there taking notes,
Yes.
jotting down
They
their
want
feel.
that.
They want that.
Yeah.
You know, jealousy is
And,
real.
and if you
Yes,
listen
it
to them,
is.
they'll tell
Oh my
you.
gosh, it
They'll
is.
If
tell
you listen
I
to
know.
them,
I've had
they will
people-
tell you.
I've had people, Drew, and I'm not
Like,
going to
you don't,
name names
you
on
don't
camera.
deserve this. You don't, like, you.
Just like you say, you have to listen.
Gotta
Like,
listen.
and I think that's something that
It's
Libras
clue-
do. We
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
listen
clue
Libras-
words.
intentionally.
It's clue words that people say
Yes.
that
Yep.
they lead you to tell you what type of person that person is, what their
Absolutely.
intentions are,
Absolutely.
what their motives is.
Yeah.
They give
So
you
I have a
that.
question, especially about Libras. Like, do you all believe in quality over quantity and don't have a lot of friends?
I don't have a lot.
I'm
of
saying friends,
yeah,
not
like
just
real friends.
associates.
I have to
but
go
I'm
through
talking
a
about
whole
real
bunch
friends.
of something with you. I gotta go through something.
Got
with
you.
Like,
Right.
and then we gotta come back and everything be just the
Yes.
same. Like nothing ever changed. If I can't do that with you, then
Right.
I can't
feel
be
that.
friends.
I feel
I have
that.
a lot of acquaintances.
Right.
And I mean, I have a lot of friends too.
I only got 5.
But then I have
Me too.
Then I have a few friends who I would probably risk my safety with.
Right, I understand.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So those, how many are those? That's what I'm talking about, like that level. Is it a lot or a little bit? That's what I'm trying to find out.
Nah, that's not a lot.
Yeah. What about you, Reg?
Yeah, it's definitely a handful.
Mhm.
Like
Mhm.
you know, you have to. I know for me, the older I've gotten, the more wiser I've become
Yeah.
in
Mhm.
understanding my circle, right?
Right.
And I think Drew was just saying, like, you know, there's only a handful that are like, man, look, if we gonna go down,
Yeah.
we
Yeah,
gonna go down.
it's going down.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
And you know they got
And then
you.
there's just a few, and I think, you know, especially, and I'm not a PK kid, but I understand. Like, I know a lot of people, and I, you know, and I'm pretty sure you as well.
Yeah.
And so sometimes the friend factor can be skewed because people will tell you that they're friends, but they just really want to be in your circle.
Mhm.
And sometimes it's kind of hard to decipher that, man,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
it'll look good just like your day ones.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm
They
saying?
play
But I
that
think that's
role.
why it goes back to that longevity.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I really believe in time really dictating everything
I had
when it
to
comes to a
know
relationship.
you,
Right.
period.
Exactly.
Right.
Like all of my close friends I've known a good bit of my life. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
and we have gone through things and they have been there time after time
Yep.
after time. So it's like, you know what I mean? They've proven themselves, whereas like usually we're the ones that's proving
Yep.
it. Right.
And
Well,
I think
also-
as Libras, I think, you know, we as inviting as we are, we do have that boundary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Absolutely.
It's like, yo, we be in my circle,
And we be loners.
but
Yeah.
you know, you've only been in my circle
All
for
day.
so long.
But see-
so it's
We're
the
friendly
boundary.
loners.
And that's the
Yeah.
thing. Like Libras are loners.
Yeah,
Yes.
we are.
Like you
Yeah,
just
we are.
said, Tyler.
Yes.
Like we're definitely loners, but
Definitely.
we travel into circles.
Yes.
And walk right
but we
back
will
out.
have
and
no
walk right
problem.
back. Like I'm the type of person like I don't go out with nobody. I go out by myself.
Yo, I do the same thing.
I run into people. I run into
Listen.
everybody I know, but I don't want to ride in the car with nobody. I don't want to.
Yo, I'm
Hey, what we doing tonight? Like I might, if you tell me where to go, I might show up. But I'm on my own.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
like my mom had pointed out. She was just like, you know, you've always been in solo sports. Like I did hurdles, long jump.
You got the legs.
Like
for
it,
it.
thank you. But like all those sports, it was just like by yourself. Like I'm in a part of a team, but it's like I'm my own focus.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And
I
think
sang
it's-
and everything.
It's because
You know?
of the own focus. I think it's why we're loners. It's because
Yes.
we know. I know for me personally, like I know not to expect myself from others, but I know I want myself from others.
Exactly.
Yes.
So instead of searching that, I'm like, you know what? I'm cool being by myself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like I don't get me wrong, I dig the energy of others, but sometimes the energy that I want, I know I can give it to myself.
Yes.
Yeah.
You
That's
know
why
what
I'm like,
saying?
we're a good time.
Right,
Like
right.
we
What?
are. Like we are the
Right,
best time.
right.
Hell yeah.
And like even it's been proven
She said,
even for
"Oh,
me. Like I'm gonna tell y'all because like I got
You
divorced.
said, "Oh yeah, oh yeah,
Hell yeah.
oh hell yeah."
So for me,
Yes.
I actually got divorced right before the pandemic.
Wow.
Right before.
Wow.
So it
it's
happened. It was finalized December 2019, and then the pandemic happened like 3 months later.
Wow.
And it was such the best experience for healing, for just learning who I am, being comfortable in my own skin even more, and just understanding like I'm good. Like I don't really need anybody. And that's after being in a relationship with somebody, sleeping every day and every night for 12 years of my life. That's, you know, at the time almost like half of it, right? Especially the adult part.
Yeah.
And it was like that was like the ultimate proof. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because you ain't around a bunch
yeah.
of people. Like you're by yourself.
Yeah.
And like I was proud to like I'm good. Like I'm really good. You know. So it just feels good to know like, you know, you can be who you are and comfortable in your own skin and strong and all that stuff and go through it. You know, even when no one's around you. You know.
Yeah.
It's
So,
crazy
yeah.
how much confidence a Libra can like
gain.
Like,
oh my God.
give, gain,
Yeah.
and it's just like your confidence literally like splurges on
It
other people.
does.
But-
Like,
Yeah.
and then you'll give other people that confidence, or if not that boost that they need.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
But see,
Yeah.
I think we give people more confidence than we even have
No,
sometimes.
and that's true. But
Yeah.
I mean, when we finally get to our confidence,
Yeah.
it spreads.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
That's
It's like
why
that
our
crazy,
energy is
crazy
so
feeling.
precious. 'Cause
Well, I'll let
It
you know when I
is.
get there.
yeah.
We
Like,
can have
go
some
back to my
ours
therapist.
Here, we throwing it in.
Right, exactly.
Throwing some
And
of that
therapy is like
confidence.
so important. I'm like such an advocate
Build
for
me
it.
up.
Like seriously,
I'm-
it's such a good thing.
I've been.
We'll talk. I'm just saying that.
And you remember you
Yes.
was mic'd up.
I was like, "What's that loud noise?" That was me.
So I know we were talking about girl code and guy code. We haven't got through our list, so we're going to continue it for our next episode. But want to say thank you both for being a part of this episode. Like,
No
we
doubt.
appreciate you.
No
Yes.
filters.
No
Yeah.
filters.
Yeah.
So yeah, No Filters podcast, where we talk about real people,
Real talk.
real relationships,
And
no,
there's no
filters.
I'm your host again, Drew, Father Drew.
And I'm your host, India, your girl, India.
And we
Make
want
sure-
you to follow us. Make sure you follow us
Yes.
on
Instagram
Instagram,
YouTube.
Facebook, YouTube, No Filters Podcast.
podcast.
Peace.
See ya.